Hello and welcome to another one of my videos, and in today's video I'm going to be going through a trade that happened to me. If you liked the video about the silver god smiling down on me, they have been very kind to me this month. I did want to tell a story about how I acquired 450 silver Brits. I've only got 75 of them left, so I'll just tell you the story and hopefully you guys will like it. If you do like my content, to support me by now, you can do that by liking, commenting and subscribing. So yeah, I got a phone call from one of my suppliers, and I mentioned it maybe about a month ago. I said that I had a monster box of Brits coming in, and what I did was I sold everything but the kitchen sink. So my reserve went, I had the young heads, they all went. My shield reserve went. My sovereign reserve went. It just went because I had to fund it, and I was still short. And then other stuff happened, and the deal fell through. And I was like, I've got excess cash now. I'm gonna have to spend it on other things. And then that collection happened. But yeah, I got a phone call out of the blue from my supplier saying, do you remember that 500 silver Brit order? And I was like, yes. He's like, the deal's back on. I kind of need you to fund it. I'll fund the majority of it, so you can have it for 225 over spot, but you need to buy 450 ounces and I will pay the rest on the others. I was like, okay, works for me. So he's like, the only issue is I need you at my house. I think it was 9 in the morning, which anyone who knows me knows it's difficult to get out of bed. I'm not a morning person. I never will be a morning person. I just don't think my body clock is designed for the morning. That is what it is. So yeah, this gentleman comes and he says, he was a really sweet guy, really, really sweet guy. And we started talking, and my supplier said, look, this is my finance guy. I'm going to be buying 50 ounces. He's going to be buying 450 ounces. Are you okay with that? And he was like, yeah, that's not a problem. He ended up getting paid on the spot. And we started talking. I said, how did you do on the silver? And he's like, I made a loss, but I don't really mind the fact that I made a loss, because when I think about how things have worked out for me as an individual, I really can't complain. So I'm probing him with more questions. I like to talk to people, especially when buying and selling. I've got time for most people. And he said, well, when I was younger, I bought into Bitcoin. And I'm like, okay, how did that work out for you? And he's like, yeah, it went crazy. He's like, I ended up selling out all of my Bitcoin, or the majority of my Bitcoin, a while back, and I bought a James Bond brick of gold. And I was like, are we talking kilo? He's like, no, the 400 ounce ones. I was like, that's crazy. I was like, I've never had my hands on one of them. My entire wealth couldn't afford one of those bricks. Maybe one day. But he's like, yeah, and I ended up selling that, and I made about $250,000 in a year. And I didn't really want to probe him. That's his business. I said to him, I was like, fair. He's like, I know you guys have to make a profit. I'm selling up because my partner needs a car. We've got an autistic son, and we kind of need to resolve that, and you guys can solve that problem. So the loss is immaterial to me. And I was like, okay, that's fair. And he was just like, I don't mind selling it at the price, because it's kind of come full circle. Before I bought these, I made a lot of money, and it's okay. I know you guys have got to make a living, and that's completely fine. And I really liked his mentality. Like, sometimes you deal with people and they're so focused on achieving the highest price they can, it becomes a bit of a struggle. I don't like it when it's like that. Have I bought these cheaper than I probably could have, had the situation been different? Yes, of course. But I haven't taken advantage of the situation. He was perfectly happy with the price. I was perfectly happy with the price. And then I ended up selling 350 of them to another dealer. I sold 25 to a customer of mine. I actually had buyers lined up for these. I've just taken some time off. But I kind of like the fact that there's people out there who understand how business works, and it's not always like I want customers to do well. I want customers to buy from me, and I want them to sell back to me down the line and make some money. That isn't always the case. Sometimes people do make a loss. But it was a great haul for me, and the guy said, I don't worry about losing a small amount of money. I worry about living my life to the best I can, and at the moment we need a car. So it makes perfect sense. But yeah, 450 in, 75 left, and that was a morning's work for me. Very, very good month for me. I've had I've had the best month on record, and next month will be pretty strong. I've been told that, he told me that he's got another 2,500 silver Brits, and he's more than happy to send them our way. So fingers crossed they come our way. If they don't, then I wish him luck. If he wants to hold them, then that's great for him. He's got my number, he's got my supplier's number. We're not trying to screw each other over. It's just a case of my supplier set up, so he takes a cut, and that's fine. He doesn't have the money to fund it, but he gets his fair share. I can move it on, and everyone's kind of happy because we've all got what we want. I do have more silver lined up, so I've been told there's another 200 ounces en route, and yeah, things are really looking up. I hope you've enjoyed this kind of format. I'm trying to do other stuff apart from unboxings, just to give you guys an insight into how this industry does work. I'm not the only trader. Other traders work differently, but I hope it kind of opens your eyes to how it works my end. If you do like my content, you know to support me by now. You can do it by liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one.